Shabbat Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Moses continues to review the Exodus experience, reminding the Israelites of how God has cared for them in the wilderness. He reiterates the covenant and continues to review the general reward that will benefit the Israelites if they are faithful to God and follow God's commands, and reminding them what will happen if they do not. In Eikev, Chapter 8, verse 10, it simply says, "You shall eat and be satisfied and bless the eternal your God for the rich land that God has given you." This verse is the basis for the recitation of the grace after meals, Birkat Hamazon, blessing of the food. We learn that it is forbidden to enjoy the fruits of the world without pronouncing a blessing. And whosoever derives such enjoyment without uttering a blessing has committed a trespass, our commentators say. The obligation to recite grace takes effect whenever one eats a kazait, an olive-sized portion of bread. If bread is not eaten, the obligation to bless still exists, but an alternative blessing can be recited. It is interesting that the text does not say, "When you eat and are satisfied, bless God." Rather, it says, "You shall eat and be satisfied and bless God." It is not conditional. Saying Birkat Hamazon, or grace, helps to expand our consciousness. It makes us aware of the source of our sustenance and the chain of transmission that brings our food to our mouths, and it connects us with our history and our spiritual concerns for our ancestors. Just as food is the sustenance of life, this recognition of God providing for our needs becomes the substance and the sustenance of our spiritual lives. For all of God's creatures, eating is the one thing we do each and every day, sometimes several times a day. Eating can be such a routine, almost unconscious act, essential and automatic. And yet, by remembering to give thanks and blessings to God each and every time we consume more than a crumb of food, we elevate the most routine, ordinary act to a chance to connect to God. By bringing blessing to our food, we bring God into our lives. Shabbat Shalom.